Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Binky here today. So a little bit under the weather today, so my voice may cut in and out a little bit because I end up getting a little bit of one of those fall colds that we all know and love, and it's attacked my throat. Heck yeah! But we pushed through. So bear with me. But we're not here about that. We're here about the Bite Beauty's newest lipstick release for the Zodiac collection, the lovely Libra. Yes, here we are. This year has been moving ridiculously fast, and I'm like, it's already time for Libra? Because it ends with Capricorn, and I'm mortified. But here we are. It's the reality. So here's the thing. Bite Beauty doesn't show the colors until a couple days before they release it. And I was looking forward to this. I'm like, Libra is going to be this beautiful color that's going to be ethereal, and it's almost like Cancer the crab. I feel like these two are the signs that are very much these ethereal, beautiful signs. Just ethereal. And Cancer didn't end up being that way. And as you can guess, Libra was kind of a shocker. So what I want to say is, when you think about Libra and Bite Beauty, I think this is more Libra. So you think the I almost think like the multi-sticks. That's what I was thinking this would end up being. This is more Libra. This is more Libra. Even this is more Libra. Yet this is Libra. I know. When I saw this color at first, I was like, is this April? Because it's April 1st and this has got to be a joke. Because as somebody who studies astrology, I know new people show up here. I come from a long line of astrologers. My mom's an astrologer. We go way back. I know a lot about astrology, and this is not Libra. Here's the thing, and I know the earth signs are going to go, Binky, but this is more an earth sign. This is more something that Capricorn would wear, not Taurus, not Virgo, but out of the three earth signs, Capricorn tends to be a little bit more bold in the way that it presents itself. It's a little bit more self-assured and going to tell you about it. And they're a little bit more bold because they can be. And so I feel like this would have been a better color for someone like Capricorn, though Capricorn's like, no, we don't want this either. There's a few of you out there going, no, Binky, don't try to pass this to us. But this really is not Libra. I was shocked by this. Libra is ruled by Venus along with Taurus. You know, lovely, demure Venus. So, I don't want to say what this reminds me of, but it just would not represent Venus in the way that I or most Libras would expect. My first instinct when I saw it was baby poo brown. I'm going to say it. It's going to get a little bit of hatred saying that, but I'm going to say it. They say it's universally flattering. I don't know if I agree with that. Because honestly, let's visit it closer, shall we? So this is what it looks like. This is Libra in its little box here. And yeah, this one, that's all I have to say. It smells good. So there you go. But shocker, it is brown. And it is not the most flattering brown color. I'm going to go ahead and swatch it on my arm as well. What I do want to point out is that it does have a yellow undertone to it. So if you are warm tone, this may work a little bit better, though I will say it does go a little bit also towards neutral. But it is warm. Who am I kidding? It's more of a warm tone. It does have that yellow undertone, and I think that's what threw people off. I think what may have made this a little bit more successful is if they had put almost a mauve undertone to it. So more of a cool tone, mixed a little bit of mauve in here, and I still think it wouldn't have been for Libra, but I do think it would have fared better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this on so you can watch it for the rest of the video, for good or for bad, on my lips. So here we go. This is Libra. So for good or for bad, here it is. What I will say, and I did swatch this, I did not wear it out. What I will say is that it looks a lot better on than it does swatched or in the tube. I do think it works a lot better. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, this is actually a really good fall color. It is a little bit vampy fall, so if you're not into that, this may be a bit much. Even with the yellow pull to it, which it does have a yellow pull, it actually wears a little bit more neutral on the lips than it does swatched. This is what I find. I actually don't dislike it. It's not something that I would reach for very often. I think that this will be, they're saying it's universally flattering. Do I think it's universally flattering? No, I do not. I think that this is not going to work for a lot of people. I think I can make it work. Do I think it's the most flattering lip color on me? No, I don't. Do I have anything like it? No, I don't, and I'm okay with that. I think that this will look lovely in certain skin tones. I really do. I think there are a group of people that this is going to be gorgeous on, especially certain deeper tones, not all deeper tones, but certain deeper tones, even some medium tones, this will work for if the undertone works on your skin tone. So I really feel like this is going to be flattering on a very small amount of people. And the thing is, that just doesn't work for me, because here's why. Libra is about the scales. It's about balance. And this isn't about balance. This is in your face. This is very unique. This is very unexpected. And that is not what Libra is about. If you know Libras, that's not what they're about. It really, I don't know if they have talked to astrologers or not with this collection. They really should have at least consulted with two of them to get an idea, put two ideas together. This is not Libra. This is not Libra at all. At all. Like I said, this is more Capricorn, bold, and this does not work for Libra. Libra would be more in their multi-sticks, that shimmery, iridescent kind of shade that is just, you can layer on other lipsticks. It just balances everything out. You can wear it alone, you can wear it with other things. It's almost universal across the board in what you can put on other lipsticks, because it's balanced, because it's Libra. Libra is not in your face. I know so many Libras, and none of them, I don't think this represents any of them. I really do not. The formula is a little bit stiffer when you put it on the lip. It drags a little, but once it is on, and it loosens up a little bit, and it's extremely moisturizing, feels great, has a wonderful smell to it. It is the wonderful Bite Beauty lipstick that we all know and love, formula-wise. Smells heavenly. It is fantastic. I am not quite sure what to do with this lipstick, because I really do not, I'm just looking at that yellow undertone of this, and honestly, I just don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know how I feel about it. I don't. And apologies, I'm like, whew, my nose is a little bit itchy. It's not running, it's just itchy. And you're like, ew, but it's not. It's one of those colds where the nose isn't going, it's all in the throat, so fantastic. But it has this weird kind of yellowish, grayish undertone with it that just, it's not a color I gravitate to, and I have every single one in the collection, and I just don't know if I'm going to keep this one. I don't know if I want to keep this one because it's not one that I wear that often. So what I wanted to do, because I have not worn this, is I'm going to dab this down a little bit, and excuse me because this video may be a little bit longer, but I want to try to make this work. So I dabbed it down. Ooh, cute. And what I want to do is take one of the multi-sticks and try to save this a little bit. So let's see what it looks like. You know, if you have any of the multi-sticks, let's try to see what we could do to fix this up. If maybe it'll work better with something on top of it. So I think this is this is pearl. They're all pearl. Rose pearl. They're all pearl. So let's see what this looks like on top of it. This may be too close, but let's see if this fixes it up. And indeed, it does. That's actually quite lovely. Ooh, that's actually quite lovely. So I took the rose pearl, which is this color right here, which is one of the multi-sticks, and I put this on top of it, and actually it made it a really lovely color. It's no longer that brown. It's more of, well, like a metallic kind of browny burgundy color, and I think it's fantastic. I do. I think it's fantastic. You know, you can also take some of the other ones, like this one, and put it on top of it, and I'm sure it would be absolutely lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to wipe this off, start again, and see if maybe that will change it as well. Okay, so again, I blotted it. See what I'm saying on the white? It just... It really, I used to work in a daycare, or not a daycare, but I used to be a babysitter when I was a teenager. And yeah, let's just say I've seen a lot of that in my day. So what I'm going to do is take the pink pearl, which is this color right here, and put this on top and see what it does. And again, saved. Yes, it looks a lot better. It just needs something to pump it up a little bit to take away that yellow grayish undertone with it. Now, this actually looks really lovely. So I think the answer that I am finding with Libra, the way to save it, and again, I apologize that this is a longer video, but I want to give people options. Take your multi-stick, and it doesn't even have to be a multi-stick. It could be any kind of glittery lip gloss topper. There's tons of toppers. You know you have all these lip gloss toppers. Any kind of lipstick topper. Put it on top of Libra, and you have a winner. It's absolutely beautiful because it basically neutralizes that interesting undertone that it has. So, and it makes it a lovely color. Actually very nice for fall. I like this better. I like this a lot better. Yeah, it does. It works a lot better in the end. I'm happier with it. So yes, 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 and yes. Do I still think this is a good color for Libra? I absolutely do not. I don't know who the heck they're consulting, but I would not get a chart done by this person because they have no clue about the signs. I'm going to say it. They could give me a thumbs down. So it doesn't matter. You give me the thumbs down, I still get the credit for it. So go for it, astrologer. So you know what? Yeah. No. This is going to work for a very select few. If you want it to work for you, you're going to have to work for it. I'm still going to debate whether to keep this or not. I have the whole collection. But this probably, besides Pisces, is my least favorite. And it's probably one of the least wearable, along with Pisces. So there you have it. So what I'm going to do is move past that, because I saved it. Yay. And we're going to talk about Libra a little bit, because I was so shocked by this color that I didn't even really talk about you at the beginning. So everyone else who just wanted the review, 'tis done. For you Libras out there, happy birthday to you, first of all. I'm sorry this happened to you. If you do like the color, apologies. You know, I think it's great. If it works for you, fantastic. And I'm really happy for you. But I think for the most part, like 90% of Libras are going to be shaking their fist at this. I really do. But here's the part for you, birthday Libras. So I have a lot of Libras in my life, in my family. And it's interesting because me being an Aries, Libra is exactly, when it comes to the wheel, everybody has a complete opposite from them, and Libra is my opposite. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we're like, repulsed by each other and we're going, it's not like that. What that means is basically, it can be difficult sometimes, but that both those signs kind of look at each other in awe a little bit, and they both want to take from the other and take some traits from the other person to balance them out. And where Aries is very headstrong and and can be very reactionary, Libra will sit by and watch things and balance them out before reacting. Aries is going to be like, screw you, you can kiss my burp. That's very much Aries. They can be docile, but they can be extremely passionate. So with Libra, sometimes they could be the opposite, where they want to tell somebody to, kiss their ass, but they don't, because they're like, you know what? That's not how a civilization works. But in their head, they're like, God, I wish I could be more like Aries in that way and just tell people off. But that's just not Libra's way. They tend to fade off into the sunset a little bit more. So if you upset a Libra, they usually aren't going to be confrontational the way that Aries would. They will either, if they don't think the friendship's worth it, disappear, or they may be a little bit passive aggressive with things because they don't want to cause waves. So it's their way of kind of going, do you see what I'm saying? Without causing waves. That's kind of how Libra is. They're a little bit of a peacemaker. The air signs are about bettering humanity in one way or another, usually via information, absorbing information and giving it to the masses. With Gemini, it's little fun facts and yay, and the fun time Charlie until they're not. Then you have Aquarius, which tends to do it on a grand scale through technology or in the grand scale of helping society, while Libra does it more on a personal level. It's more of a personal thing, and not necessarily always on such a grand scale. But they're all about social justice and things like that, and Libra is as well. It's just they tend to be, out of all three of the other air signs, the least confrontational. So I like to tell stories about the signs, and I don't have any specific stories. Like some of them, like Aquarius, I have 5 billion because they're just outrageous. I love you guys, but you are outrageous and you know it. So with Libra, that is not the way they are. So I have more of a hodgepodge of how Libra reacts. So my mother is a Libra. One of my brothers is a Libra. I have a couple friends who are Libras. I would like to say more acquaintances. Not necessarily am I overly close with these people, but I have spent time with them and they are a joy. But what I have noticed about all these people, and it's funny because growing up with my brother, he was older than me, and they're just so balanced, and he kind of, in many ways, was kind of a father figure. He did not like conflict, but he could take care of things in an intelligent way without it escalating, and that is what he would do. He was very clean, when we were kids. So almost OCD clean. This is somebody who would wash his hands a lot, wash his face, always very careful with his clothes, washing things all the time. I was kind of a mess, Aries with a lot of Gemini. I was a mess. He was very Libra. So you'd go into his room and it was beautiful. It was like a museum, and just everything was in its place and quite lovely. Everything was we didn't have a lot of money as kids, so it was hard to beautify things, but he did it. He freaking did it. It was like, there was a lot of poverty in the house, and then you go in his room and you're like, wow, okay, it's a little piece of heaven. That's very much Libra. They're very much about appearances. I have a friend who is a Libra, and she would never go out of the house without makeup. Now, I don't either. I won't either as an Aries, but that's all about pride. It's like, I want to look my best, It's like, yeah, here's my, catwalk, baby. That's not Libra as much. They're going to be pulled together a little bit more and calmer about it. And there's like one person I know that I work with right now who his hair is always perfectly coiffed. His clothing is perfectly done. My brother, when we were growing up the same way, perfectly coiffed. They're just so well put together. Every hair in place, and the makeup is never over the top usually. You know, if they go for a bolder color, it's going to be under the waterline, or it's going to be like in a way that is pulled together in a classy way. These are never people who are going to be accused of being a little bit outrageous. Like Pisces, you guys are a little bit like, what? Sometimes. Aquarius for sure. You know, Leo's very showy. Even Aries can be a little bit, hey guys. Yes, not Libra. Again. So they tend to just, I just, looking at these people that I know, oh my gosh, they are dressed so beautifully. Whenever you go out, even if one of my friends will show her legs, you know, she's a dancer, she has gorgeous legs, but the rest of her is all pulled together and demure. Always classy, never trashy. That's Libra. That is them. They are balanced. You rarely hear them yell. My mom is the exception because she has a ton of Scorpio. She has so much Scorpio. Oh my gosh. And she wouldn't do it in public. She only does it with people that she knows because that's the Scorpio way. So it kind of shakes up her Libra because she has so much Scorpio. She's a double Scorpio with the sun in Libra, so that shakes things up. So that's how you can't just go off sun signs, but she's, ooh, she can be vicious. Scorpio side is not having it. They're little warriors dressed in water signs, but you know, it's true. So Libra is so exquisite, lovely. You can spot them once you get to know them because they are always balanced. They rarely raise their voice, and they are just beautiful. They really are. You know, they just know how to pull themselves together, and they do it in a way, and they take care of themselves. These are people that are going to work out, or even if they're not in their finest, you know, way that they want to look, they'll always strive to it because it's very important to them. So, you know, blame Venus on that, but they are absolutely lovely. So, happy birthday to you, Libra. I was thinking Venus, but happy birthday to you, Libra. I'm sorry this happened to you, to quote Rick Grimes in season 1 of The Walking Dead when it was actually good. So I'm sorry this happened to you. So now we are going on to bold Scorpio. Like I said, Scorpio is the water sign, but it is bold. Okay, it is like, it's almost like, it's a water sign, but almost like a fire sign in a way. I mean, it's got some fire, and it ain't having it, but it's a little bit more demure and quiet with the way that it does it. Fire sign is just like, screw you, and Scorpio isn't quite that way. Scorpio, here's the thing. Bite Beauty has been screwing up the last couple months, so place your bets, but it's going to be wrong because whoever saw this coming. But this is what I think Scorpio is going to be. Scorpio is going to be a bold color. It has to be a bold color. I'm really hoping it's not going to be a boring red because they put so many reds out in this collection, though it would work. It would work with Scorpio. So what I think it is going to be, what I would like to see is almost like a purple color. A purple red. Aquarius was kind of a purpley color, but that's too quirky. Almost like a blood red or a burgundy red. A deep, dark red. I'd almost like to see some kind of like, almost like this with the multi-stick where it kind of has the sparkle in it. I'd like to see that a little bit, but I don't want it to be like Spice Plum from last year, their holiday collection. But almost something like that, but deeper and darker. But, that's kind of how I view you. You guys are not subtle. You're not a subtle sign, even though you kind of like to hide and be a little bit like that. That's not who you are. So I think that's what they're going to go for, but watch it be like frilly, happy, bubblegum pink, because you guys don't know what you're doing over there. Bite Beauty. I love Bite Beauty. You guys are my fave, but if I heard that they were dealing with an astrologer, this person should be fired. I'm just putting it out there. And normally I'm not a jerk, but I have a fever, and here we are. So apologies. But that is my review on Bite Beauty, the sign of Libra. So yes, let me know what you think in the comments below. Libra, I know you will be a lot more kind, even if you don't like it. But let your voices be heard below. I love to hear about it. And until next time, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye.